What's good, friends? Ebony Chappelle checking in here with a little more positivity for your podcast listening and viewing pleasure. Thank you for tuning in to a new episode of What's Good with Ebony Chappelle. New episode, same shirt. Shout out to everybody that's watching on YouTube. Those of you that are only listening, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But I'll tell you. So I am wearing the same shirt that I wore in the last episode because, yeah, sometimes you need to just record all these things while you can. So shout out to everyone that has already liked and subscribed. If you haven't and you feel so led, please like and subscribe. You can also rate and review the What's Good with Ebony Chappelle podcast. You can connect with me on social media. I am at Ebony the Writer on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. My website is ebonychappelle.com. So lots of ways to connect if you would like to do that. All right. So what's good with me? A few things, there's some good stuff going on and I feel super grateful. I feel like I say that all the time. I hope it doesn't become like cliche after a while, but honestly, I am. Sometimes I catch myself bitching about stuff and then I just have to stop and check it. Like, okay, come on now. Like, it's never that deep. It's never that deep. So much that we have to be grateful for, even when it doesn't always feel that way. So, yeah, a lot has been going well. Today, I am alone and I'm doing a solo-sode. And this is about awards, rewards, yeah, that type of stuff. So, I'm going to start by saying that winning things feels good. Winning things feels good. Winning feels good. Approval feels good. All those things feel good. And I think that it would be insulting of our intelligence to pretend like it doesn't, because we are literally wired. That's why social media works the way it does. That's why so many things in our society work the way they do, because our brains are literally wired to just go hog wild when we are rewarded. So I Googled, because this is a podcast and not a dissertation. And this is what it says. The mesolimbic pathway, sometimes referred to as the reward pathway, is a dopaminergic dopamine something. Dopamine pathway in the brain. The pathway connects the ventral tegmental area in the midbrain to the ventral striatum. You know, when you've gone too far, that's what happened, because I don't know how to pronounce any of the rest of those words. That's what I get for trying to be smart. That is what the fuck I get for trying to be smart. Okay, so long story short, we're going to make a long story short. There are pathways in our brain that release dopamine when we are rewarded. So, it is no wonder that it feels good to be awarded with things and approval and praise and oohs and ahs and all that stuff. For me, it's complicated because while I will admit and have admitted, a few times already so far that these things feel good, for me, they also feel very weird. And I'm not going to go into all of that right now. But what I will say is that Accomplishment is a trickster, and so is approval. Um, these things, I think we put a lot of energy around, and sometimes it becomes like that carrot on the end of the stick. It becomes that high that you know, can chase, and that deep well that can never ever be filled up enough. Wow, that was kind of grim. But long story short, oh hi Opal. Um, the all of that stuff, it's fleeting. You know, we can all think of examples where um, at one point in time things are hot, things are going great, and it's just, everybody just thinks you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. And then there are those moments where things shift, and most of the time it doesn't even have anything to do with you per se. um, it may just be what it is. But imagine how empty one can feel, um, being so reliant upon those sorts of things, and the toll it can take to feel like you're cut off from that for so long. So I was talking to a friend of mine a couple of months ago, and they were going on and on about how they felt like they were unrecognized, and that their work wasn't, that their work just wasn't getting the type of recognition that they felt that it should get. Now, I'm not going to say that anything that they were feeling was wrong, because it's not my place to say, to, like qualify what they felt as right, wrong, good, bad, whatever. Like, that's not the point. But listening to them, it's like I understood where they were coming from, but I was also deeply concerned, because at the end of the day, we as a society, we have to be motivated by other means. We have to be motivated by something internal, something eternal, something that lasts a lot longer than, some fucking award that is, ultimately like a hunk of plastic with some stuff printed on the front of it. You know, um, I just think a lot of this stuff, it only means as much as you want it to mean. It only means as much as you attach meaning to it. And it's not to say that it's meaningless, or it's not important, or not anything that you should feel good about achieving. It's just that it can't all be about that, you know? So when I really think about the things that I'm most grateful for, and I'm a person, and this is probably why a lot of this is weird to me, but I have, over the past few years, received a lot of accomplishments and accolades and stuff like that. And I'm grateful for those things, and I really see them as markers of all the work that not only I've done, but that everybody who had a hand in helping me be the person that I am, all the things that they've done. So it's a collective win for all of us that just so happen to be recognized externally. But when I think about the things that I'm most grateful for, they are too big to fit on shelves. Like, it's just, it's not that. I feel, really, really honored to have gotten so many second chances with things in life and with the people that I love. There are a few relationships I can think of where, I'm grateful that something happened that led to these people being a part of my life again when at one time I didn't think that that would be the case. I feel accomplished by the fact that I'm at a place in my life now where it doesn't feel hard to make choices that honor me, no matter what that may mean to someone else. If it's me choosing myself over what what someone may want me to do that would be against my better judgment, my better nature. I feel very accomplished that I have the courage to make the choices that honor me. I feel accomplished when I take chances and feel good about taking them. That's a big one because I've been fairly risk averse in certain areas of my life just out of, I just think it's kind of the way that it is for a lot of people like me in society, whether that be oldest daughters, people that are first generation, a lot of stuff, people that come up in a world that doesn't necessarily make it easy for you in any stretch of the imagination. Sometimes taking chances, it's way extra risk involved than what some people may think that don't have to consider those things. So that type of stuff, I think, means means so much to me now. I also think about this video. It's an interview clip from an interview that Oprah did with 60 Minutes a really, really long time ago. And the interviewer is asking her about her talk show that's getting ready to come out. And, they're having this discussion. And she just basically says, it would be wonderful. It would be great for me to achieve this thing or that thing. But even if those things don't happen, I will still do well. I will still do well. So that type of thinking really encourages me, because no matter what, and this is not to say that there's anything wrong with being ambitious and driven and goal oriented and focused, like, absolutely not. Because trust, I am all those things. Like, I do have things I want to accomplish. But at the end of the day, my worth as a person, what I believe my calling to be, is not necessarily contingent upon lists and awards and honors and recognition. Those things are beautiful, and I'm grateful to God, for those things being a part of my life. But it's not what it's all about. It's just not. So I hope that some part of this was encouraging to you. If you are someone that has thought about these things before, or struggled with them, I think we all have at one point or another. And I think it's fine to ask the questions. It's fine to ponder. It's fine to wonder about certain things and try to find your own way. But just don't forget to focus on the things that really matter at the end of the day. So, anywho, that was that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of What's Good with Ebony Chappelle. Have a great time and a positive life. Peace.